Let's talk about new beginnings today. I'm Brenda, Florida, life coach and lifestyle advisor, and it's sort of that time of year, right? To be inspired to new beginnings. Spring is on the way, even in the Northeast where we've had a very cold and wintry and lots of snow in March. It's there's hope. There's hope for spring, and maybe you're lucky enough to live in a part of the country or the world where you don't have to go through winter. But it's that time of year when we think naturally about new growth and new things. And of course, as I shared last week, I'm really inspired by this idea of loving yourself enough to really go after your dreams, go for what makes you happy. I'm getting ready to move to a new town just because I know it's going to make me happier. And that's not about, running away. There's a difference between running away or just thinking a change in external circumstances is going to change everything. And that's way too deep of a subject to go into in our Live Lavishly Light episode. But if you read my work or, reach out to me and ask me about it, I'd love to talk more about it because this is a really interesting topic, I think, this idea of changing your external circumstances to inspire and to, spur on growth and creation, right? Like if we plant a garden, let's just use the ground, as a metaphor. So to plant the garden, we need to take up all of last year's, old growth and till the ground and plant the seeds. So that's a lot of exterior changes. And then those seeds stay underground and germinate, right, for a while. And then they have to pop up out of the ground. And it's hard. I mean, I've never been a plant, right? But the struggle to break through the ground, it's an effort for that new life to emerge. And so the same is true in our own lives, where oftentimes it really takes an effort, and it can be easy to get discouraged and think, oh, it's not going to happen, this isn't working, this isn't going to work for me, and all of that. And you don't know it, but you might just be a day away from that seed popping up above the ground. I like to think of it as like 5 minutes away from your miracle. I think the easiest thing to do is to quit when you're 5 minutes away from your miracle because you've been putting in all that effort and it just seems like it's never going to happen, so you stop, and yet all that effort has been building behind the scenes and is about ready to manifest and you don't realize it. So there's a real wisdom, I think, to aligning your external circumstances, your surroundings, who you're spending time with, the activities you're doing, especially when you're in a particular time of expansion and you are, or you're in a particular time of discovery, I'll call it. Like before we get to the expanding part, because we know what we want to expand, when we're trying to figure out what it is we want to expand in that discovery phase, again, I think that's so important to create your external circumstances so that they are as supportive of that as possible. That may mean you don't go out as often with friends. It may mean you say no to a commitment or you say no to something offered to you. You spend more time in solitude, more time in nature, all those things that are necessary, absolutely necessary to the discovery process. And then when you get to the expansion phase, then you've got to do the same. It might look a little bit differently. You might be doing more activities or engaging with other people more or something like that. But you rearrange your schedule within your day to give you time to cultivate and do the tasks that are, in line with whatever it is you're wanting to expand on. So these things don't happen accidentally. One of the things I'm realizing as I expand my work is how important the theme of transformation is for me. For myself and for all of you who follow my work. Like what I want for you is nothing short of transformation. I don't want just, oh, that was a little better, or yeah, whatever. I want transformation. That's what I want for you. I want for you to be able to go from where you are to where you want to be, right? In big ways. Start a business, ask for a raise, leave your job and go to a different job, ask for a promotion, ask to be part of a project that you would have never asked to do. That's how transformation happens. But it's a very engaged process and it doesn't happen accidentally. So I want you to think about, as we enter this whole spring part of the year, what it is that wants to be born in you. What is that new life that wants to come up out of the ground? And I would love to hear about it in the comments below. I'm Brenda, Florida, life coach and lifestyle advisor. Thanks for being with me today.